Paris and Friar Lawrence discuss the reason for the hasty wedding. A desperate and distraught Juliet arrives to confer with the friar. Once Paris departs, Friar Lawrence suggests a plan that involves Juliet taking a potion that will make it seem as if she were dead. The effects of the drug will only last for 42 hours. The family, believing Juliet to be dead, will take her to the Capulet burial vault. Romeo, the friar elaborates, will be informed of the plan by letter and will arrive just before she awakes. The two of them will then escape to Mantua.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. I deem it as the course. I like it not.
Immortally she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore I have little talked of love. For Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous, that she do give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom haste our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by her society. Now, do you know the reason of her haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady toward my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be your wife.
That may be, must be, love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I shall confess to you.
Do not deny that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will ye. I am sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small material by that, for it
Thou
was
wrong-
bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrongest is more than tears, with that report.
There is no slander, sir, which is the truth, and when I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not my own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, or shall I accompany you to your evening mass?
My leisure serves me, daughter, now. We must entreat the time alone.
God shield, I should deserve devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early, I will rouse ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep to me. Past hope, past cure, past hell.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it. On Thursday next, be married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou can give no help, but thou come a resolution wise, and with this life I'll help it presently. God draw my heart, and Romeo's dour hands, and her descend by thee to Romeo's seal, shall be the label to another deed. Or my true heart, with treacherous revolt, turn to another, this shall slay them both. Therefore, out of thy long experienced time, give me some present counsel, or behold, twixt my extremes, and with bloody knife, shall play the umpire arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could not to issue of honor bring. Be not so long to speak, I long to die. If what thou speakest, none of remedy.
Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate in execution, as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that compassed with death himself to escape from it. And, if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, by me leave, rather than marry Paris. From off the battlements of any tower, or walk in tedious ways by me lure, where serpents are, chain me with rowing bears, or shut the door nightly in Chandler house. Over covered quiet with dead men, wriggling bones, with wicky shanks and yellow shapeless skulls, or bind me into a new maid's grave, and hide me with a dead man in this shroud. Things that, to hear them told, are made me tremble. But I'll do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife with my sweet love.
Hold then, go home, be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look at thou lie. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou out this vial, being then in bed. Wait, we need a vial. We need that thing.
And also Maria.
Hold then, go home, be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse, shall keep his native progress, but surcease no warmth, no breath, shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheek shall fade, to pallid ashes thy eyes, windows fall, like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of subtle government, shall, stiff and stark and cold, appear like death. And in this borrowed likeliness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt wake, shall Romeo, by my letters, now our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame, if no, in constant toy, nor womanish fear, abate thy valor in thy acting it.
Oh, give me, tell me none of fear.
Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, and strength shall help before. Farewell, dear father.
Capulet, confident that Juliet will agree to marry Paris, continues to prepare for the wedding feast. When Juliet returns from seeing Friar Lawrence, she asks her father to forgive her sin of disobedience. An ecstatic Capulet decides the wedding should take place the very next day, Wednesday. Juliet retires to her room, accompanied by her nurse, to prepare herself. Capulet plans to stay up all night to prepare for the wedding.
So many guests to invite, as here are writ. Sirrah, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers.
How? Canst thou try them so?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. Therefore he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
I forsooth.
Well, he may have a chance to do some good on her. A peevish, so-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from? Shrift with merry look.
How now, my heat-strung? Where have you been, Gaddon?
Where I have learned to repent the sin of disobedient opposition. To you and your behest, I beg you pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward, I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the captive. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up by tomorrow morning.
I met the yachtful lord at Lawrence cell, and gave him love I might, but not stepping over the bounds of modesty.
Why, I am glad on it. Stand up. This is as it should be. Let me see the captive. I marry. God, I say.
Nurse, will you come with me into my closet to help me find such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow? Of course!
No, not till Thursday. There's time enough.
Go, nurse. Go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things shall be. Well, I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet. Help to deck her up. I'll be to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. What, ho! Where they are all forth. Well, I will walk myself to Count Paris, to prepare him up against tomorrow morning, since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
It is late Tuesday evening, and Julia dismisses her mother and a nurse. Once alone, she debates whether or not she should take the vial provided to her by Friar Lawrence. Despite her fears and uncertainties, she remembers her resolve and drinks the potion.
Aye, those attire of this. But gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight, which I have need of many a reason, to move the smiles upon my state, which thou knowest is cross and full of sin.
What? Are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madame, we have called such necessaries, as are behoveful for a state tomorrow. So please, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse sit up with you tonight, which I am sure you have your hands full of all of this sudden business.
Good night, get into bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faithful fear that thrills through my vein that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back to comfort me. Nurse! No, what should she do here? My dismal scene, I must act alone. Come, Vio. What if this mixture doesn't work at all? Should I then get married tomorrow? No, they shall forbid it. Lie down there. What if it be a poison which the friar softly hath ministered me to have me dead? Lest in this marriage it should be dishonored, because he married me before Romeo. I fear it is, and yet methink he has still been tried a holy man. How if, when I'm led into the tomb, I wait before that Romeo comes to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be still full in the vault, to hold full mouth no hailstorm e'er breathes in, and die there strangled before my Romeo comes? Or if I live in this top very light, the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place. As in a vault, an ancient receptacle, for these many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt yet but green in the earth lies festering the shroud, and where, as they say, at some hours in the night, spirits resort, alack, alack, and it's not like that I so early waking, with lodestone smells and shrieks like mandrake torn out of the earth, and living mortal hearing them run mad. Or if I wake, shall I not be disdrunk, overrun with all of these hideous fears, and mildly play with my forefather's joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and if this rage, with some great kinsman bone, as with a club dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methink, I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spite his body upon the Rapper's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, Romeo, here's a drink. I drink to thee.
It is early Wednesday morning, and preparations are still underway for the upcoming wedding celebration. Capulet, upon hearing that Paris has arrived, orders that Juliet be awakened and dressed for the wedding.
Hold, take these keys and fish for spices, nurse.
They call for dates and quinces in the pastry.
Come, stir, stir, stir. The second cock hath crowed, the curfew bell hath rung. 'Tis 3 o'clock. Look to the baked meats, good Angelica, spare not for cost.
Go, you cock queen, go. Get you to bed. Faith, you'll be sick tomorrow, for this night's watching.
No, not a whit, would I have watched ere now, for a lesser cause, and never been sick.
Aye, you have been a mouse hand in your time, but I will watch you from such watching now.
A jealous hood, a jealous hood. Now, fellow, what is there?
Seems was cooked, sir, but I know not what.
Make haste, make haste. Sirrah, fetch me drier logs. Call Peter, he will show thee where they are.
I have a head, sir, so I will find out logs and never trouble Peter for the matter.
Mass and well said. A merry whoreson, ha! Thou shalt be loggerhead. Good faith, 'tis day. The captain will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near. Nurse! Wife! What-ho! What? Nurse, I say. Go waken Juliet, and go trim her up. I'll go and chat with Paris. Hi, make haste, make haste. The bridegroom, he is come already. Make haste, I say.
The nurses covers Juliet's seemingly lifeless body. The Capulets and Paris express their grief at the death of Juliet. When Friar Lawrence arrives, he instructs them to prepare Juliet for her funeral.
One.
Mistress, what mistress? Juliet, fast, I warn her sheep. Why, lamb, why, lady fine? You slug a bed. Why, love, I say? Madam, sweetheart, why, bride? What, not a word? Take your penny's worth. Sleep for a week, for the next night. I warrant the kind Paris has set up his rest, though you shall rest but little. God forgive me, Mary, and amen. How sound is your sleep? I must need wake her. Madam, 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 aye, let the county take you in your bed. He'll fight you up, I'll faith, will it not be? What? Dressed in your clothes, and down again, I must needs wake you. Lady, lady, lady! Alas, alas, help, help, my lady's dead! Oh, well day that ever I was born! Some aqua vitae ho, my lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, look, oh heavy!
Oh me,
oh me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, help, God help.
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her Lord is come.
She's dead. You see, she's dead. I like the day.
I like the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Ha! Let me see her. Out, alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff, like in these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an ultimately frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day.
Oh, woeful time.
Death, that hath taken her, hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue, and let me not speak.
Come, is the beautiful bride ready for church?
Ready to go, but not to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day, hath death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all. Life, living, all is death's. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. My daughter married death. I will die and leave death everywhere. Life, wealth, everything belongs to death.
Have I thought long to see this morning face, and thought it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that time ever saw in lasting labor of his pilgrimage. But one poor one and loving child, but one seemed to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death has catched from my sight.
Oh, woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold. Oh day, hateful day. Never was seen so black a day as this. Oh, woeful day.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spite, slain, most detestable death, by thee beguiled, by cruel, thee quit, overthrown. O love, O life, not life, but loved in death.
Despised, distressed, hated, married, killed, uncomfortable time. Why campest thou now to murder our solemnity? O child, my soul, and not my child. Death art thou, alack, my child is dead, and my child with joys are buried.
Peace, ho, for shame. Confusion's cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. You were part in her, you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion. From 'twas your heaven she should be advanced, and weep ye not, seeing she is advanced. Above the clouds is high in heaven itself. Oh, in this love you love your child so ill, that you run mad, seeing that she is well. She's not well married, that lives married long, but she's best married, that dies married young. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair course, and as this the custom, and in her best array, bear her to church. For thou some nature bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things that we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral, our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to sullen dirge change, our bridal flowers serve for a buried course, and all things change them to a contrary.
Go you in, and madame, go with them, and go, Sir Paris, everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill, move them no more by crossing their high will.
Faith, we may put up our pipes and be gone.
Honest good fellows, put up. For, well you know, this is a pitiful case.
By my troth, the case may be amended.
Oh musicians, heart's ease, heart sees. Oh, and you will have me live, play heart's ease.
Why heart's ease?
Oh musicians, because my heart itself plays my heart is full. Oh, play me some merry dump to comfort me.
Not a dump we. There's no time to play now.
You will not then?
No.
I will then give it to you soundly.
What will you give us?
No money or my faith, but the gleed I will give you the minstrel.
Then will I give you the serving creature.
Then will I lay the serving creatures dagger on your bait. I will carry you to crotchets. No crotchets. I will ray you. I'll fade you. Do you note me?
And you ray us and fast. You know us.
Pray you, put up your dagger and put on your wit.
Then have I you with my whip. I will dry beat you with an iron whip and put up my iron dagger. Answer me.
The heart doth want, and doleful dumps the mind oppress. Then music with her silver sound.
Why silver sound? Why music with her silver sound? What say you, St. Kathleen?
Marry, sir, because silver has a sweet sound.
Prates, what say you, Hogwarbeck?
I say silver sound because musician sounds for silver.
Prates you, what say you, James Soundpost? Oh, I cry you mercy. You are a singer, I will sing for you. It is music with her silver sound, because musicians have no gold for sounding.
Then music with her silver sound, with speedy elf doth men redress.
Get out.
What a pestilent knave is that saying?
Hey him! Jack, come!